everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 53 of Direwolf20's Let's Play of Not Too Complicated, where today I'm just chilling, making a bunch of fuel. I started on this process between episodes because you kind of already saw me do something very similar. So today I'm working on rebuilding and restocking my transmutation tablet and my known crafts with the different colors of matter. However, in this version of Project Expansion, it works a little differently with the different matters. So basically, there's also different colors of fuel in this matter. In the previous version, I think it was always Eternalist fuel. So this one, there's different tiers of fuel. And it's very simple to make. For Eternalist fuel makes magenta, for magenta makes pink, for pink makes purple, for purple makes violet, etc., etc. All the way up to white. So it's just 4 of the previous tier fuel make the next tier. Now, unfortunately, the fuel does not have an EMC value. So you need to craft the fuel, but the matter does have an EMC value. So once you get it, then you're cool, right? So as you can see, I'm currently crafting, what am I crafting? I think I'm crafting green fuel, which is taking a not insignificant amount of time. It's actually, I taught the Applied Energistics system how to make all the tiers of fuel because you need, doing this by hand was getting tedious. I did up to this tier by hand, and then I was just like, yeah, I'm done doing things by hand. I'm going to do it manually because it just got extremely tedious. So what I did is I set up an Eternalist fuel drawer just so we can have a ton of Eternalist fuel so that it can use that ton of Eternalist fuel to make all the future tiers of fuel. Cool. So it looks like we are in the home stretch here of making just the last little bits of fuel, and then I'll craft up to the green tier. No, the next tier is, so I have green now. I'm going to make lime, which is important because we want to use this lime for something very important. You'll see what in just a moment. So let's see, you're cooking, almost done. Be there in about 10 seconds. All right, then we'll just wait. So lime matter is what we need for the transmutation interface. This is the block that supposedly can connect to Applied Energistics or Refined Storage and provide the inventory of transmutational knowledge that you have to your Applied Energistics system. So in theory, I think I connect this block to AE, and then I open up my crafting terminal, and I see all the things that that have EMC values that I know. All the EMC values that I am aware of, right? I think. We're going to find out. So now we are really in the home stretch. We have just a couple hundred of these left, so it'll be done in about 2 seconds. 1, very long seconds. 2, there we go, done. So now I should be able to do this, boom, and there you go, lime matter, which is a very important quest. Boom, now you know how to make lime matter. And what I can do is now hopefully make my transmutation interface, and then what I'll probably do is we have a few more things we have to make in order to get this transmutation interface up and running, though. We clearly need an ME controller, which we've already made, so not a big deal. We're going to need some 60 million storage components, which you have a ton of, remember. We also need a Magnum Star Omega. So that is an elite crafting recipe that uses yellow matter, ultimate components, and universal mass. So maybe what I'm going to do is go teach that thing how to be made, because yellow matter is before lime matter, I think, or is it the next one? It's the next one. All right, so I need to get yellow matter going. So let's start with getting these guys. And then we're going to hope that I can get 6 lime fuel, because the fuel matches the matter type, right? So I'm going to need 6 lime fuel. I can make it. Nice. Perfect. Cool. That's going to need 24 green fuel, which took a while to craft. So this will take a while to craft. So I'll let that cook off, and then we'll have, yellow matter, which is, I think, towards the end of the matter crafting tree. If we take a look, yellow, and then after that is orange, white, and fading. So we only have a few more tiers of matter to go. Not a big deal. And then meanwhile, I'm going to come over here and load this guy up. And over here, we're going to have an elite recipe for the Magnum Star Omega, which is going to be this. Cool. Save that bad boy. Now, in terms of Omega stars, the Klein Star Omega, I don't know if we ever need one, but if we need one, I can always, well, I might as well just teach it, right? Yeah, let's since it's here and since it's this pattern, yeah, why not, right? Cool. And then the Colossal Star is also an elite tier, so we might as well add that in here as well. Colossal Star is also elite crafting. And that should be cool. You guys really spawned inside my house. Come on already. I know there's a command that I can do to make them not spawn, but still. Just saying. I'm gonna make a mod, and all it is it's gonna be a block that you place in the world like this, and it prevents wandering traders from spawning nearby. Is that too much to ask? We'll see. So anyway, that's cool. So now if I want my Omega Star, right, we need one of these, right? What we're missing is a whatchamacallit now? Oh, you didn't go into the right slot. Okay, cool. Now you're cool? Yes, beautiful. Look at all the things that are made. So in order to make it realistically, we need yellow matter. But everything else is not too bad. It looks like we have the ability to make all these things. It's mostly going to be the ultimate components, which need stellar alloys. But we can do that, right? We know that's a thing that's possible. Sweet. Okay, so how are we doing on the crafting of this guy? We have a little ways to go, so how about I'll come back in a minute when this is done cooking. All right, we are back, and I'm getting ready to build my AE controller multi-block that I need. So to complete that, we need a vibrant quartz glass. That seems pretty easy enough to make. Boom. We're probably going to need another one of those pretty soon, because as you know, we're getting a little bit low on channels. I'm not going to go through the process of, like, you know, going too crazy with the with stuff with regards to, like, you know, auto crafting and whatnot. I don't think that that's necessary. But also, because I needed crystalline for this, and crystalline is a healthy-ish amount of nether stars, I went ahead and kicked off my wither spawner again so that he could run and do a fun thing. So yeah, that's back up and running. Just so you know. So with that said, transmutation interface is pretty darn close. So that's good. That's good. Right? We are ready to go here. How's this crafting coming along? We've got one more lime fuel to go. So it's going to be a few more minutes. You know, we'll be back. All right. If I'm not mistaken, we are now ready to make lime matter into yellow matter. Boom. Sweet. I'm going to teach you that. And then let's get some yellow. I don't even know if we have enough Eternalist fuel for this. We definitely don't. We need 1.1 million. We have about half. So can I cut that in half and get enough? Close. I can get 2 yellows maybe? Oh my goodness, not even 2 yellow matters? Come on, you're killing me, Smalls. 1 yellow fuel? Okay, make it so. We'll see what happens. Now, are you... Yeah, you're still cooking. So it's probably a limit to how much the drawer can hold. I would imagine I hit a drawer full limit, but what I could do is I could always dump it into compacting drawers, because I think this can compact down, and it would probably go a long way towards making things last longer. But we'll see. I'm going to deal with that later. The point being is now that we have yellow matter, I should be able to make, if I'm not mistaken, the transmutation interface. We are quite close. Oh, the yellow matter was needed for the Magnum Star. That's right. So we want the Magnum Star. So we want, what was it? No, you burn. Yep. It was 9 of these for a Magnum Star, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yes, beautiful. Start. I don't know why you're doing that, but okay, sure, have fun. So I'm going to go babysit our stellar alloys and make sure that they're behaving, and I'll be right back. All right, check it out. Crafting complete. Woohoo! Magnum Star Omega. Now, I don't know if there's like a quest for that. I imagine there would be. Maybe it's already done. Well, no, because it's a different Magnum Star, right? Yeah, it's a different Magnum Star Omega. Where is the Project E chapter? All the fuels. We're working on it. I never picked up green fuel. I better get some green fuel real quick. Look, my limes are still cooking. That's funny. All right. And then you're going to work on that next. So what else was I looking at? Is there a... Oh, so I need to do Klein stars first. Oh, my goodness. You want me to do all of these? I probably am not doing all of these. I don't see myself doing all of these. None of these have rewards, right? We'll see. We'll see. I don't feel like doing all of these. I will probably just do... Oh, I do a little bit of reward. The top ends have rewards, it looks like. Well, maybe not all of them. Just this one has rewards. Okay. Whatever. So we'll see about that. Transmutation interface. I think we're ready to do this now. Doot. Sweet. All right, so we just need a couple of lime matter. Why does it look so dark around here? It feels darker than it should be. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe it was the smoke. There we go. Transmutation interface. Boom. Quest complete. Now, how does this work? I have no idea. Let's put it in the world and find out. So it has no UI, no interface. That's fine. Now, it might need a storage bus, or it might just need a cable connected to it. I'm going to try both of those. If neither works, then it's off to the Googles to figure out. Cool. So let's get some cables. Let's plop this somewhere that will make sense. Some semblance of sense. So you've got 28 of 32 channels around here somewhere that we could tap into. Probably. Yes. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pop you... I could probably do away with this whole system, by the way, in theory. And I probably will. What if we just disconnected you for a sec? I'm going to try this, because all of this stuff is EMCable, right? So in theory, what I should do is I should turn this all back into EMC and then just let the process exist as it does. The only downside with that is we don't have automatic nugget and gold block handling, but I don't think that that's a problem for 95% of our use cases here, right? I think that's fine. If it turns out that it becomes a nuisance, then we'll deal with it, but worst case, we can just have the crafting system craft it. So what I'm going to do is, let's first try connecting this with just a cable. I'm going to pop it here just to see. Does it connect? No, it does not connect with just a cable. So I'm guessing it's a storage bus. So if I were to look at our thing right now, see, we've got all that stuff. If I break you, okay, and now we look at this, we don't have any of that stuffs no more. If I pop you down, yeah, look at that. Holy cow, we have just an infinite amount of most things that we know about. That is pretty cool. That is actually superbly cool. I really do like how cool that is. That is nifty. All right. So now here's a question. Can we convert all this stuff back into energy? And I think we can do that. Now, if you're... access your transmutation inventory. So here's a question, right? If we were to take you, we have 5.49 trillion. Let me just test something real quick. Can I take you and put you here with a pipe? Looks like he's extracting, right? 5.49 trillion. I assume that that's going into my dude, right? It might be such a small amount, though. So let's do this. Let's take a regular drawer. Let's take something expensive. Can we make something that counts as expensive? Yeah, 4.86 trillion. So if I do this, and now we look at that, this number is going to go up. Yeah, look, see the number going up? So that tells me that this thing, you can feed stuff into the thing, and Basically, that's cool. So what I would like to probably do is I would like this to be the highest number possible. So you're 11,000, right? And then you're what? 10,000? Right. So pretty much anything that is EMCable should go into this transmutation interface, right? Like 100%, if it can fit in there, put it in there. And that's pretty much what we want. Sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and start converting all these things, because remember, this whole drawer system existed purely as a workaround. To the fact that we didn't have the transmutation interface that we do now have, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to target with this guy, yellow matter. Cool. And just convert it back to yellow matter, which I think is good enough. Maybe not quite good enough. You know what I'll do is I'll convert it back to something big, but not like absurdly big, right? I think this should be enough. Yeah, close enough. And then any lost EMC, I'll just say meh and call it a day. Cool. So let me just do this and that, and then you, right? And then I'm just getting my EMC back from all these guys. Cool. So let me put away, this is my compacting drawer that I do want to hang on to. Now in theory, stack EMC 3.22 billion, right? So that should show up on this, right? Maybe 547 billion. So what I'd like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna wait until I have more. Actually, that counts as more, right? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure that this behaves the way I want it to, right? So if we've got 5.47 trillion, and I put these away, we've got 5.56 trillion. See? Anything that's EMCable will go into that block over there and turn into EMC, and that's pretty cool. And then anything that doesn't fit will either go into the other drawers, or it'll go into, you know, whatever. Cool? All right, so I like this. I like this a lot. I think this is super cool and 100% what I'm going to do. So again, let's get myself a little bit of cyan matter, because that's what I've been choosing. And I'll be back in a minute once I clean all this up. Cool? Be right back. Okay, these guys are almost fully cleaned up now. This is basically what I've been doing ad nauseum. But we didn't have that many of these, so it wasn't that big of a deal. And just remember the Mark II condensers are sometimes a little bit funky with their refreshing of their views, so things don't behave super well. Just close and reopen to actually see what's inside them. Cool. All right, now we look at this, we've got 7.5 trillion. Awesome. And then the final piece is probably going to be a little bit of a pain, but what I'm going to wind up doing is dropping my compacting drawers. What I'll probably do is put this out one more, extend you, and then if I put in this guy, he should start extracting at a relatively reasonable rate. And then we're just going to convert all these items back to EMC. Now, here's a question. I don't know this about pipes, and we're about to find out. Can I then do this and have you extract? Now, are you a separate? You are. Okay, cool. So then you should also be extracting. We're going to call this the EMC cleanup episode. Yeah, I'm now learning how pipes interacts and works a little bit better. Oh, look, glowstone dust is already empty. Wow, that was quick. Let's unlock you. And away you go. How's this guy doing? Also empty. Perfect. You know, diamonds will take a bit because we made that a really big one. Right? What are you doing? Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah, I see what happened. Yeah, he started extracting that. Got it. My bad. I know how that happened, and that was on me. Boy, he moved fast, didn't he? He really, really did. I placed the empty one down, and then the compressed diamonds started going into the empty ones, and now we've got a stupid amount of diamonds. It's alright. We'll clean it up. Typical Dyer. Almost there. Much better. Sweet. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's make sure that we don't do that again. Cool. And then you, and then you. I'm going to do the rest off camera, because this is going to take, you know, a minute. Or 2. Or 10. A little tick accelerating goes a long way, let me tell you. So long story short, these last 2 will take a while, but we are now pretty good. Pretty good. I'm excited about this. This is cool. This is, like, super cool. And I just assume that, you know, everything is groovy, right? I could probably convert a lot of this stuff to EMC as well, couldn't I? Because most of this stuff is EMCable, I think. I might do that. I might do that. Yeah. Why don't I do that real quick? Alright, I think I'm almost done cleaning up here. Is this everything now? Think so? So these are the only drawers that remain, because I'm pretty sure none of these things have an EMC value. And then we'll, you know, add to them as needed. So if it turns out that we need something else, that's cool. These guys are still draining, and will probably be draining for a very long time, but that's okay. We'll just let them sit there and basically generate stupid amounts of EMC. Oh, osmium was also on the list, but osmium can just chill, I guess, right? How are we for osmium? We're all right. We're all right. We're not bad. Oh, that's right. We have osmium essence. So I don't think we need a drawer of osmium, right? Because we have a drawer of osmium essence, and it just auto-crafts whenever we need it, right? So, works for me. And we might not wind up doing some of the same things with soul sand and netherrack and all that. We could probably get the essences for some of these guys. Though other things like crystal shards and lithium dust, that stuff we don't want to waste disk space with, right? So, we'll call that a win. Sweet. All right, cool. And then our actual discs were where? They're here-ish. Yeah, we have plenty of disk space going on. Look at that. Look how much disk space we have, actually. It's quite good. A whole bunch of drives available. I feel pretty good about today's progress. This thing is just the best. I'm waiting to see. I'm waiting for something weird to happen with it and it like not work and something strange, but so far it seems very cool. All right, we're in the home stretch with the diamonds thing. And by the way, current EMC value is still in the 7.8 trillion realm. Now, I think what we want to start working on is probably figuring out how we want to get collectors again. So we've got this stuff all done, right? The Omega Star is done. The Magenta Fuel is done. I might play with these EMC links at some point, but I don't know if we need to now that we have the Transmutation interface. That seems just like the bee's knees of winning. Let's take a look at how are we for antimatter. I've ignored the existence of antimatter all episode, and we're doing pretty good. 282 of them. I expected to have slightly more. Is something coming up, or is something not working, or are we cool? Nope, we're still moving. It's just, you know, slowly but surely producing antimatter. But hey, 282 antimatter ain't bad. Not even a little bit bad. You know, and remember, I could throw a, you know, Watch of Flowing Time over here. Speaking of, does Watch of Flowing Time have a recipe now? I feel like he said he was going to add that. And remember, because I updated the pack, all my custom changes have disappeared. So, let's see. Nope, no Watch of Flowing Time recipe. Wah, wah, wah. I'm going to have to add that back in. That's a shame. I really want that. I want the Watch of Flowing Time. I might have to add that recipe back. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, where are we at with stuffs? Let's do Let's do collectors. Let's do Mark III antimatter relay. Can I make one of these yet? Oh, we need the Oganesson ingot. Oganesson ingot. Okay, let's add that to our to-do list. 16 Oganesson. So that's going to be Dragon's Breath, and that's it? Really? I think we know how to make Dragon's Breath, though, right? Yes. So let's teach this. Dragon's Breath. We have some, but we can teach the recipe that you are this. Now, do you know how to make bottles by chance? We have a lot of bottles. I don't know if you're craftable, but let's do this. Craftable? No, you don't know how to make bottles. So let's add that to the crafting mechanic. And then what we're going to want to do is come down here and we're going to say chemical dissolver. Oh, I see. Yes. Okay. So that made we're going to say 1 Dragon's Breath makes Xenon, Radon, and Oganesson. Xenon, of course. Well, all we really care about is the Oganesson stuff, right? So we're just going to do that. But the Xenon, Oganesson, and what else was it? Radon. We're going to put in the dudes over here. Cool. So that now when we drop... So if I want more of this stuff, let's say 10, you're going to make 16. Boom. Boom. And it went into here. Yes? Yes. Now, what we want to do is, because this has to be locked, we're going to need another chemical combiner. So let's get another one of these. So you're going to want... I wish I could control click with the wireless terminal. That would just make my life so much easier. Because control click is 100% a thing, but not with the wireless terminal, which is a little bit of a bummer. Just a smidge of a bummer. Is that a new feature of Applied Energistics? I have no idea. And the bummer is this is going to be channel heavy for Applied, which is a little bit annoying, but I don't know how many of these things we need to do. So we're good on channels here. 28 is what's currently in use. So I'm going to pop you here. I'm going to pop you here. We're going to want pipes. And then if I got you and put you here, target is this. Get you some energy. Ultimate universal cables. Bing. I missed my bing. Sweet. Excellent. All right. So that works, right? I think that works pretty well. So now we should have no problem requesting the Oganesson we need, right? So if I ask for a Mark III, one of these dudes, he should know how to make his Oganesson, and he doesn't because I forgot to teach you the Oganesson recipe. There you are. So put this away. So it's 16 Oganesson equals an Oganesson ingot. That lands right in here. I wish I didn't have to lock these guys, but it kind of is what it is, right? I don't think there's a better way to handle that. There might, I mean, what I can eventually do is put it in a chest and do some kind of fancy like put this amount in at a time deal with pipes and whatnot, and then we could have one interface with many. So if we get to the point where we have 3 or 4 of these chemical combiners, I will probably go that route. But at this point, we're ready to craft this guy, which is awesome. Which is like super awesome. He might already be done, to be honest with you. He is. Wow, that was quick. Mostly because we had our 16K, these guys ready to go, right? So that is awesome. All right, now slightly annoyingly, but I'm gonna accept it as just a virtue of the pack updating. I do have to recreate my Mark III collectors, because remember, these guys that were around here in the previous episodes all got voided when I updated the pack, right? So my collectors, I had, you know, several, you know, 15s, is that what I had? But it's a different mod now, so we have to recreate a bunch of stuff. So I'm going to need to craft a few more Mark III collectors. So I'm going to kick off one of these, and hopefully the whole process works. And I think it will. I think it will. We just have to, you know, kind of babysit a little bit and just watch. I mean, this guy's always my, but that shouldn't be too big of a deal. It should work out just fine, really. We'll see how everything goes. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it's doing the molten soul steel thing. But why we have a few liquid souls is beyond me. Liquid soul steel recipe may have changed, and I think, by the way, soul steel can be made in the induction smelter now. That's good news. I might do that. I might do that. I might move this. And there's the same thing for black iron. Can that also be made over there? Ooh, no. Black iron is still this fanciness, but that's okay. We can handle that. I do have that somewhere in control, right? I think. Oh, I see what happened. That's why. I left this on, and that's why you're being a derp dyer. Is it 2 iron? Might be 2 iron. There we go. Molten soul steel. Sweet. Excellent. So are you cooking up another Mark III for me still? Yeah, we're working on the soul steel. And then you're doing the Z-Logic controller, which is hopefully behaving. Remember that sometimes got stuck. Doesn't seem to have yet. Maybe that mod updated? That would be cool. But actually, yeah, it looks like most things have completed pretty well. Hey, look at that. Awesome. That is good times. Hello, Mark III Energy Collector. And just to be sure, so we have all these quests complete. Nice. And then I guess the last one is making the final antimatter relay, which, that's fine. And you want the final energy collector. Cool. Now, is this still a process of... So this guy turns into this, and then we just upgrade him straight up the line. Now, what I want to also point out is new in the pack. You can thermal centrifuge this back into the Mark III collector, which is cool. You can also thermal centrifuge this to get the Mark IV back to the Mark III and get back your antimatter. So there's decrafting versions of all of these, right? But let me get each of these. Pink, purple, violet, blue, cyan, green, lime, and yellow. Okay. And how are we on... I need more yellow fuel. So I've got 1. I want 5 more, which shouldn't be a problem because I've got unlimited Aeternalis fuel. Available is stupid number, right? So I kick start on this, and then he just starts crafting, and it'll just take a while, but I'm okay waiting. So then you upgrade to this, and there's no reason to not just, you know, blow through and upgrade this all the way, because I've already got all the matter. Well, I already have enough EMC for all the matter, up to yellow. Now, orange is going to need those 6 yellows, which is going to take a while to craft. And then we're going to need 6 yellows to get white, and then we're going to need 6 whites to get fading, and then we're done. But we'll do our thing in a minute here. So does that mean I can pop you down, and you can focus on making yellow matter for me? Why, yes, it does. Thank you very much. Look at that, fun times. That is cool. And look, he's already extracting because he is still set up and connected to this. Nice. All right. Bringing it back. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I could also take my antimatter relay and do the exact same thing and do something like this. Let's see. Actually, I don't even need to do this. What I can do is this. Because all these matters are in here, right? Now remember, I can down convert this if I ever decide I want to, but I don't see why I would want to. It's going to take me a minute to get used to the fact that I have, you know, all this stuff in the AE system, but in theory, I should now be able to pop the antimatter relay on top of this, because remember, the antimatter relays give you a bonus of EMC generation. So this was generating 2.87 billion per second. This gives you a bonus of 479 million per second for each adjacent collector. So I do this, and then I do this, and he should be producing a little bit faster. That's cool. And then I put my collectors around this guy, and that's how power flowers evolved. And with that, it definitely feels like wrapping up point for today's episode. I'm going to let this craft happen. I will probably off camera craft enough to get all the way to the fading version of matter. So we'll just, it's going to take a while, but whatever. I'll just click the button, wait a few minutes or an hour apparently, and then we'll see. Looks like it's going to take about an hour and a half to craft this amount, and then it's probably going to be 4 times that. So yeah, it might get dicey. We'll see what happens. For now, wrapping up point, I could always throw this into an RF tools crafter, by the way, if I so choose. That could be another way to do this. We'll see. But I'm going to do it mostly off camera, because it's crafting and waiting, and you guys don't need to see that. So for now, Darwell20 sign off. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Take it easy.